And we are back, and we just finished watching 2023's Wish, rated PG, with a runtime of 1 hour and 35 minutes. We caught this on Disney Plus. This is I don't know if it's the 100th year or the 100th film of Disney.
Animated feature, maybe?
Animated feature. Maybe it's the 100th film. I don't know.
They were celebrating 100 something.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure they're celebrating 100 years of Disney.
That sounds about right.
So Disney started in...
I guess the 20s last year?
1924 or 1923?
I guess.
Yeah, we should probably do some research.
I'm just ask her.
All right, ask her. See what she says.
Alexa, what was Disney made?
Disney Latino America started on July 27, 2000.
Only 2000? Wow.
Latin America.
No, that's
Alexa. October 16th, 1923, Los Angeles, California.
Wow.
There you go.
That's what Google says.
Don't ask her for anything. She seems to be getting.
October 16, 1923.
Well, yeah. Now she wants to say the right answer.
Cartoon Studio in Hollywood, California.
Alexa, stop.
I mean, she's trying her best.
She's trying her best, but I don't know. I don't know what's going on with her. She seems to be. As the AI gets better, she seems to be getting dumber.
Aw, you leave her alone. That's not nice. We love ALEXA.
And you have to be kind for the uprising.
That's true.
Exactly.
True.
Yeah.
All right.
Can we restart?
No, let's just power through. This is Disney's latest offering with Asha, played by Ariana DeBose, who recently won Best Supporting Actress for her turn in the remake of Spielberg West Side Story. She is the main character, Asha, this young woman who lives in a place called Roses. Is that what it's called?
Rosa?
I think it was Roses, no?
I thought it was Rosa, too.
Yeah, I think it's Rosa.
Oh, interesting. Anyway, whatever.
Some island in the Mediterranean,
which had, I guess, was all about diversity and inclusion. There was all sorts of.
Yeah, they definitely were really putting it in there.
It was because they didn't. It wasn't like they started off with a population. It was different people. They went there and then they settled.
It's probably why they put it in the middle of the Mediterranean, because you have that. You have different cultures surrounding that entire area.
I just watched this, but what would the theme be here?
I guess don't give up on your dreams.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Is that what the message here is?
Because the whole deal was it was very strange. There was the guy who founded the island was apparently part of, I guess, in some war-torn country, and he escaped, and somehow he became magical. He was able to learn all sorts of magics, and then he built this amazing kingdom where everybody'd be safe, and anybody who went there, I guess the price of admission to staying there is when you turned 18, you had to tell the king your wish, and then he would take it from you and keep it for you and maybe make your wish come true. But when you gave him your wish, you totally forgot what your wish was. They were trying to sugarcoat it like that's just amazing. Mm-hmm. But in actuality, it pretty much just killed everybody's ambition and desire to achieve things on their own.
And sort of put them in sort of like a lull, because their friend Simon was sort of kind of going through, I guess,
they said motions. He became boring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you just pumped everybody full of Prozac.
Is this an allegory for our times?
You lost all ambition in your life and just decided to get up.
I mean, you might be able to say that, people anesthetizing themselves by staring at their phones incessantly. Yeah.
Or giving up their
dreams
or just their choices,
just for comfort. And I think that was another thing. I think there was a point. He
prefaced it as I'm holding on to them, but I'm keeping them safe, and I'm keeping you guys safe. He
also got rid of their worries.
Right.
Yeah, because I guess when your dreams aren't fulfilled, you're worried about it or something. I don't know. But I think he also just provide for the kingdom. I could swear there was one point where he's like, these people don't even have to do anything because
he didn't charge them rent or nothing.
Yeah.
Right.
So it was pretty much just do what I say and everybody's happy and nobody is seriously,
wants for
yeah,
anything,
nobody seemed to have any sort of like ambition or conflict with anybody else. Everybody seemed to be in this like little utopia, and the only price for it was
obedience.
Give up your dreams,
Uh-huh.
which they're literally doing. It's not like I said; they don't even remember their dreams. It's just gone from their entire their lives entirely. Like her grandfather was there for like God knows how long. He was 100 years old. He had no recollection of what it was that he was dreaming about. And his dream was so benign, but the king was like basically looking at every dream and analyzing it to the point where it was sort of like any dream can be dangerous.
Right.
I want to write songs that inspire people. What? Inspire people to do what? Rise up against Rosa?
Got it.
You're never going to get your dream granted.
I'm going to go around the table and get impressions. Olive G, I'm going to start with you. What did you think of the film? Did you like it? Did you not like it?
Yeah,
what
it
did
was
you like
actually
about
pretty
it? Yeah, what did you like about it?
I don't know. It's just a good story.
Okay. What about you, Gigi? Did you like it? Did you hate it?
It was okay.
Yeah, what was so just okay about it?
Nothing really stood out to me. It wasn't really that funny or nothing, and I don't know. It's just not the best Disney movie I've ever seen.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
I could definitely see that. It felt almost like there wasn't a lot of effort put into this one, as far as like the writing went.
No, it was very bland.
Like the other Disney films, there was like the songs were more. What's the word I'm trying to say?
The songs here are better than Frozen 2.
Oh God, yeah, but I think that's one.
And for the ladies at the table, the songs here were better than Mean Girls, 2024.
Well, you're setting the bar rather low.
Ouch.
I'm just saying.
But back to this movie, yeah, the songs weren't really like nothing was really that catchy.
It was just okay.
It was okay. It was mediocre. Like G said, there wasn't anything really that funny. I mean, I'm guessing the little goat was supposed to be
Alan
funny, but he throw out a joke every once in a while, but it was just nothing really special. Nothing was going on in the animation that looked phenomenal. They were definitely trying something new with the animation, in that they were rendering it in a way that looked, I guess, like a children's storybook, in that everything had everybody had an outline on their body.
Yeah, I mentioned that to you when I was watching it. It felt like I turned to you and I was like, "Is that supposed to be like rotoscope?"
It sort of had a little bit of a rotoscope feel, because, like I said, everything had an outline around it, like as though somebody had drawn it on a page or something.
And what was the thing that you said that it felt?
All the colors had like a noise filter applied to it. So
Can you explain what noise filter means?
It's, imagine if you took a photograph, like a vibrant color photograph, and then you superimposed static on top of it, and you just sort of like made the static transparent enough to see the static, but you still see the image itself. So everything, you never saw any like smooth colors. It always had like this sort of a static type texture to it.
Right.
And that was on everything. Every single material in the entire movie had it. And I'm guessing they were doing that to like sort of make it look like it was maybe printed on a page or maybe on some sort of material.
Maybe.
So it was like interesting, but I don't think it was
interesting enough
or revolutionary enough where it was just like, oh wow, that's new, that's something I've never seen before.
Did they advertise this movie at all?
Oh my God, too much.
Did they really?
Yeah.
That's why you didn't want to see it, right?
Yeah. I listen to music on Spotify between every single song. Like they didn't even give me like a double song before. It was just, so I look to the stars that guide me. Like, oh my God. Like I'm doing things where I can't be reaching for my phone. Like I'll have my hands wet, like brushing my teeth or something, listening to music, and I can't touch my phone and like just skip the ad. So whenever I could, I'd mark the ad as offensive, and then I hope that they'd stop giving it to me.
That's one way to get around it. Yeah. This is a box office failure. The estimated budget on this was $200 million. The opening weekend was only almost 20 million. The gross in US and Canada is 63 million.
Wow.
And the gross worldwide, thank you, I guess Asia markets, is 254 million.
So I mean, I guess it did make its money back, but it didn't.
No, you have to make double. You have to
So
make double the budget to be successful or break even.
Oh, okay.
Because advertising is about whatever the budget is, it's double. Because usually advertising, and if they're advertising like G said they're advertising, then they spent a pretty coin on it.
Oh well, I could see why. Like I said, this really definitely felt like a kind of a lackluster effort. I mean, it wasn't bad. It was just sort of okay.
Middle of the ground, yeah.
Yeah, and when you have like other stuff coming out that's just far more interesting, like Spider-Verse and Mutant Turtles and
That was the best.
Mutant Turtles.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Say it
Get
correctly.
the name right.
Yeah.
Everybody knows what I'm talking about when I
Not
say
everybody.
All right.
Your mom wouldn't know if we were having this conversation.
My mom was born during World War II. Okay. You have like these other films that are they're just like visually amazing and have just amazing voice work and just the script and the dialogue, the way the characters are interacting with each other. What was her name? Asha?
Asha, yeah.
She had her whole little crew of her little crew of friends, and you don't know pretty much nothing about any of them. There's like the burnout kid. There's the little runt. There's the guy
Lord
obsessed with
Farquaad.
chickens.
Mm-hmm.
The girl who just sort of disappears. Everybody had like a one defining characteristic and nothing else that was interesting about them at all.
I felt like her gang was too many people. There
were too many, and they had nothing really interesting to contribute. Seriously, all they did was pull. The most important thing they did was they pulled ropes.
Yeah.
And that was it.
I mean, the only one who really sort of had more of an arc was Simon.
Yeah, he was basically the proof that, this whole system that they have set up is not the best. Mm-hmm. You know, he was the first sign that giving away your dream was
not a good thing.
Was not a good idea because it pretty much made you, as they said, boring. Yeah, so when you're comparing it to these other films that are coming out, and they have lots of characters in them, and no character gets some shortchanged, and the dialogue between the characters is amazing. This just did not have that. It was pretty.
It was pretty.
I'll grant that it was pretty, but none of the characters really shined. I did not care enough about Asha to care about her story.
Was there another Disney movie before this?
Encanto.
There was nothing
Elemental?
between. No, let's Pixar.
Oh.
Was there anything between Encanto and this?
I don't think so. I think this was the follow-up to Encanto.
When did Raya come out?
That came
That
out
was
before.
way
That came
before.
out before. That came out like at the beginning of
Quarantine. Yeah.
It
And
says
Encanto
2021.
Encanto was towards the end.
And so Raya came out before Encanto.
Yeah.
Encanto was so much better.
Encanto was good, even though like there wasn't any set bad guy or anything like that. The characters were
What about
interesting.
the Little Mermaid? Live action.
I'm talking about
No, we're talking about the animated movies.
Strange World came out in 2022, so the following year.
Yeah,
That
there's
didn't do well.
Strange World.
Strange World came out after Encanto or before Encanto?
Yeah, after.
Oh, okay. So then you had Strange. But
What
Strange
about
World
Turning
was.
Red? Turning Red.
That's
Pixar.
Pixar too. Yeah.
Oh God, I don't know the difference.
But Strange World was another one that was strange because there wasn't singing in it. It was that that wasn't like what you would call the Disney princess movie.
Yeah.
Even though Encanto, I guess, wasn't technically a prince. You could sort of like
But you have
shoehorn it in
strong
there because
slowly-
you have the girl protagonist
And singing.
and lots of singing.
Lots
Yeah.
of singing.
Those songs were good though.
Those songs
Those songs were good. Those songs
hard.
were catchy. I mean, people were singing those in their car.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody sang any song from
Wish.
Like you didn't hear little kids singing or little
I'm
kids carrying
curious
the
if
Wish
Chris
lunchbox.
Pine sang. I should have.
I think he sung in other things, didn't he?
Has he? I don't know.
Did he sing in the Dungeons and Dragons movie? He was
I
a
mean,
bard.
He was a bard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy's he's good. He could do it.
I love that guy. Yeah. He directed a movie. We should check that out too.
Mm-hmm.
Actually.
But yeah, this felt it didn't really stand out amongst stuff that's been coming out recently, either in the visual look or the script writing. And for Disney, this felt very weak in the song department as well. This felt on par with, say, Frozen 2, which had terrible songs as
I
well.
feel like this was little bit.
This
better
was a
than
little
Frozen
better,
2.
yeah. But
And the animation of it was kind of sort of interesting.
the animation was interesting, but not as interesting as, like, say, Into the Spider-Verse or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Agreed. I feel like,
Or even, like, the bad guys.
I wonder.
I love the bad guys.
Yeah,
That's a great movie.
Yeah.
I wonder if this was a vehicle to shoehorn everything into it.
What do you mean shoehorn everything into
Well,
it?
so it's celebrating 100 years of Disney, right? When You Wish Upon a Star
Is like their theme song.
Is their theme song. Yeah. The little thing that Asha picks up is a star.
Yeah.
She has her magic wand, sort of like the fairy godmother in Cinderella.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but when the animals finished singing and like they're going receding back into the forest, the deer said, "Thanks for not eating me." And he's like, "No problem, Bambi." He literally said that.
He literally said
Yeah.
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 And Peter Pan was at the end of this film.
Yeah, so I wonder
When he looked at one of the dreams, it was Peter
Pan.
Pan floating through the clouds. So
Right.
yeah, I'm guessing this sort of
their Space Jam.
either that or they're sort of like it's like they're whatever the world was in, this is like the connective tissue between all the other worlds, sort of like how like the Dark Tower series is the connective tissue between everything that Stephen King has ever written. It's sort of like that.
I mean, I feel like maybe that's what it was. Maybe that was the theme, the underlying theme here, to connect all these things. You have woodland animals. You have woodland animals in like Snow White and Cinderella, and
the animal designs looked very similar to like
yeah, to that stuff
and stuff like that. Yeah.
The woman whose dream was granted to make the most beautiful gowns, that felt very Cinderella-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah, it felt like there was like a crossover sort of in through the history of Disney.
Yeah, they're definitely borrowing themes from all of their other properties.
Yeah. On the plus side, this movie's only an hour and 35 minutes. I think that it's cute, it's colorful, it's lively. There are instances of peril, but I think that if you are, what are we going to say here, between 5 and 14? Well, 5 and up. I think adults can.
I don't think there was anything threatening or perilous or even ominous on the screen that would make any kid not be able to watch this. This was seriously almost all the way through just squeaky clean as far as I was concerned.
I mean, when Magnifico goes to the dark side, I mean,
even
some of that, let's be real, not everybody is tough and.
But come on, the big thing that happened to him is his eyes glowed. There was nothing really even like.
Well,
there was nothing demonic or he didn't get horns. There wasn't flames.
I mean, when they're doing the song and dance number with her friends and the queen, like they represent him in shadows with horns. And in the final showdown, he's kind of hurting Asha. So there are elements of
I guess if you really look for it, but no more than any Disney movie.
No. I'm just saying as a warning.
Yeah, this is no worse than say like Snow White or probably Snow White's probably worse than this as far as like danger and peril goes. Possibly,
yeah. I don't think the Disney animators from the 40s gave a crap about being politically correct or anything that.
Yeah,
and now we have systems, I guess, in place to be a little bit more conscientious of things. But I think you still have to give a disclaimer.
This was very soft.
It was soft.
Yeah.
It was soft.
Was this rated G?
PG.
PG. I would have thought this would have been a
It
G
was rated at PG because apparently some frightening, intense scenes where Asha accidentally starts a fire. Magnifico's eyes glow green. At the end of the movie, this show he's become more evil. Magnifico the king destroys wishes, causing the wishes to become extremely depressed and hopeless. The second half of the film is quite intense. Multiple scenes of crushing wishes, green eyes, and threatening arms to the main characters.
There you go.
Green eyes and making people depressed. That's what gets you the PG rating.
There you go. You have to put that disclaimer in. We're living in different times. You should know this by now.
It's like people are made out of candy now.
Pretty much. Do you have any thoughts about this film?
Like I said, it is a very mediocre fairy tale. It's very pretty.
It's very pretty.
But Asha is not really an interesting character. Honestly, it felt like they kind of just sort of like recycled Rapunzel, but made her less interesting.
Yes.
She even looked like Rapunzel, but not as interesting.
Yeah.
The songs weren't really that. None of them were catchy. I got to be honest. I can't remember. I just saw it a half hour ago, and I can't remember a single one of them. The bad guy,
He had that,
even as far as
that wrestler cape.
He did have a wrestler outfit, and his name was Magnifico, which makes me think he would be like a luchador.
Yeah.
He wasn't that evil, I'm not gonna lie.
No, he wasn't really that evil. In fact, in the beginning, he thought he was just doing a good thing.
Right.
Plus, just the way he looked, it was like he's like, I don't know, like King Manscaping.
Yes, he was very well groomed.
He was very well manicured, perfectly pointy beard and eyebrows and hair. And even when he became evil, it wasn't like he became like this hulking monster or
Now his hair just kind of got a little messy. That was about it.
Yeah, his hair got a little bit spikier. That's about it. And he wasn't really, for a guy that he was a conceited sort of character, but they really didn't play into that as much as they have in the past. Like he was no Gaston. If you remember Beauty and the Beast.
Sure.
They had like whole songs about how awesome Gaston was. His main song was, what was the chorus on his?
No one smells like Gaston. No one's like Gaston.
No, not this. His song, Magnifico's song.
Oh, bye.
That was it. Oh, bye. Just kidding.
Yeah, like
no, it was.
I can't remember, bro.
It was. I did all this, and this is the thanks that I get.
Is that what it was? That was his chorus. This is the thanks that I get.
That was what the song was called. This was the thanks I get.
Yeah, it was sort of. It was a far less charismatic version of "You're Welcome" from Moana.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Moana certainly had better music for sure.
Way
sure.
Way better.
I'm curious to see what the second one will be like.
There's gonna be a second one.
I think it's
Yeah.
just going to be a terrible cash grab.
Yeah, possibly. Is Lin-Manuel writing music for that? If
no
not,
idea.
then it's probably a cash grab. Yeah, everything was sort of lackluster here. It was very mid, right? Very.
Yeah, it was pretty but lackluster.
Yeah, I think that's how best
I-
to describe it.
It really felt like nobody's heart was in this movie.
I think that maybe for super young audiences, this might be a thing to do.
Yeah,
If you've
I mean,
got
little kids will
really,
probably
really
like
little
it. They'll,
kids.
they'll like the little goat character.
And how colorful it is,
They
and the
may
songs.
like the little star character, even though for the catalyst of everything going on, I couldn't care less about the little star.
Yeah, but little kids like
Little kids
crap
like
like
stuff
that.
like that.
Yeah, so I think that's where it would work. I don't know if this is one of those princess movies. I mean, I feel like they've done, like we mentioned, Raya and the Last Dragon or whatever, Moana, Encanto. I don't know if those female characters graduated to princess status, but
Possibly. I think just because it's like the strong female character.
I mean, I think other than Moana, who actually came from her ancestry, although Raya did too, right? Her father was a ruler. I don't remember. Anyway,
Who knows? I'm sure there's like a list of criteria. To me, it's just if it's made by Disney and has a strong young girl female protagonist, then she graduates to the Disney Princess Lounge at the castle.
I mean, maybe that'll await for Asha too. I don't know, but yeah, this movie was just. I wish we had seen something else, but that's just me. I'm gonna go around the table and get numbers. I'm gonna start with you. What do you think? 1 to 10.
This was a 5. This was a absolutely mediocre, average movie in every sense.
Yeah, I mean, not the best, not the worst.
Yeah.
Again, I think that if you've got super young kids, this might be something to put them in front of for an hour and 35 minutes.
Little kids might like it a lot.
Just to do some laundry and maybe get some bills paid.
I don't think any little kids are going to be singing those songs.
No.
I mean,
No.
hell, like this film came out in 2023, right? So it's been a while. I don't hear anybody being like, "Oh, I can't stand that song from Wish."
Right. I too I'm gonna give this a 5. I think it's just okay. It's not the worst thing. It's not the best thing. I am grateful that it offered people jobs, especially in this current job market. And
Was that your rating, Olivia?
That was what the movie was about.
I lost my train of thought.
Something about jobs.
Gracie's small check.
Yeah, it was just a 5. Olive G, 1 to 10. Pick a number.
I thought this was pretty good. You know, you're like a 6.5.
6.5. All right.
6.5. All right.
It was probably made for you. Here, Gigi.
I would also give it a 5.
Any favorite characters, G?
No, not at all.
Favorite scene?
Nope.
When she farted.
Well, that was not during the viewing of this movie.
What about you, Olive G? Favorite character? Little goat. Valentina?
I like the star.
Star
He
was cute.
Nice. He was cute.
Favorite scene? I don't think it matters if we spoil this.
You
can
know
say
what?
no.
If you don't have one, yeah, it's understandable because to me, nothing really stood out.
My favorite scene when like she got her magic wand and like she turned the chicken massive and Dad is like,
Oh God.
Don't.
his wish is probably too evil to be put on screen.
Calm down.
Easy.
He loves
That was
chickens.
funny.
He certainly did.
A little too much.
A little too much. All right, let's wrap it up. Let's move on to the next thing. All right, and that's it from us. And we will bid everyone a
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
skip wish. Good night.